Hello everybody, we're getting ready to do lesson 9.3 part 2 of grade 6 math today. And 9.3 part 2 is order of operations, part 2, 29 points on your classwork sheet. Have that out in front of you. And then 1 point here into your notebook, our notebook guide, name, date, period here, students. And then due date here for onliners and homeschoolers. Put that in there. And we're not going to go into a bell work right for part 2. We're going to go right into another example here, example 1, part 3. And for this, we're going to simplify each expression again. So we have C here, 6 times 2 to the third power divided by 3 plus 1. So for this one, 6 times 2, 2 to the third power divided by 3 plus 1. So the question here is, what is 2 to the third power, students? Evaluate 2 to the third power, and you'll get 8, right? 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And then we're going to multiply now. We have 6 times 8 divided by 3 plus 1. So the next operation will be multiplication here. Exponents is first, parentheses is first, exponents, and then multiply. So we have 6 times 8 divided by 3 plus 1. So it'll be 48 divided by 3 plus 1. And then our next operation will be divide. So what's 48 divided by 3? Would be 16, right? 16 plus 1. And then we add. For our last step, we add, which is 17. So this expression here simplifies to 17. Okay, your turn. Simplify each expression using the order of operations. So 7 plus 5 times 9 to the second power equals blank. And then for number 3, 220 minus 450 divided by 3 to the second power equals blank. Teachers, you can give your students about 2 minutes to do these two here, 2 and 3. Okay, welcome back, everybody. And then this is 1,222, because our first operation would be our squaring here. 9 squared would be 81. And then down here, again, it would be squaring. We'll do our squaring first, would be 9. So 450 divided by 9 would be 50. 220 minus 50 would be 170 for that. And then here's a workspace down here. Teachers, you can do the work or call a student to the board to have them do the work here. Okay, so using exponents, this goes in your notebook. Using exponents with grouping symbols. Remember to perform operations inside parentheses first when you simplify expressions. So to simplify expressions with parentheses, example 2, simplify each expression using the order of operations. So we have parentheses here, 4 times 9 divided by 3, and then we square this quantity here inside the parentheses. So to do that, we have 9 divided by 3 squared would be 4 times 3 squared. 9 divided by 3 would be 3 squared. And then 4 times 3 squared, we're going to perform operations inside parentheses first. And then evaluate 3 squared now. What's 3 squared? So 4 times 9 would be, multiply out, it would be 36. So this expression here would simplify out to equal 36. Example 2. Simplify each expression using the order of operations. So 5 to the third power plus 12 minus 2 in parentheses to the second power. So our first order here would be to do what's inside the parentheses, which would be 12 minus 2 would be 10 squared. So we have 5 cubed plus 10 squared. So perform operations inside parentheses, and then we evaluate the powers here. So 5 cubed would be 125. 10 squared would be 100. Then we add these two quantities and we get 325. Well, that's not right. 125 plus 100 would be 225, correct? So this is wrong here. So it'd be 225. Okay, example 2. Simplify each expression using order of operations. So now we have a fraction bar, which also acts like a parentheses. But we'll probably do the parentheses up here first. 8 plus the quantity 12 minus 8 squared over 2, or divided by 2. So to do this one here, 8 plus 12 minus 8 squared divided by 2. So what's 12 minus 8? Would be, gosh, perform operations inside parentheses. What we need to do inside parentheses would be 4, and then 4 squared. So we have 8 plus 4 squared divided by 2. And then evaluate 4 squared. 4 squared would be, what's 4 squared, students? 16. So it'll be 8 plus 16 divided by 2. And then we divide. What's 16 divided by 2? It would be 8 plus 8, which would be 16. All right, into our next reflect slide here. Critique reasoning, or critical reasoning. John wants to simplify the expression 5 plus 3 quantity squared. As a first step, he writes 5 squared plus 3 squared. Will he get the correct value for the expression? If not, what should he do to simplify the expression? Teachers, you can have a student come to your smartboard and have them answer that, or you can have students raise hands and they can do it verbally, whatever. But anyway, you should be able to figure this out in about 1 minute. And actually, no, 5 squared plus 3 squared equals 25 plus 9 equals 36, which is incorrect. John needs to follow the order of operations and first add what's inside parentheses, which is 8 squared, which is 64. And so it's 64 here. You got to do what's inside parentheses first. Okay, page 8 here. And then your turn, students, here. Simplify each expression using the order of operations. So for number 5, 5 times quantity 20 divided by 4 squared. That's number 5. And then 6 here, 8 squared minus the quantity 5 plus 2 quantity squared. And then for number 7, 7 minus 63 divided by 9 quantity squared divided by 7. So teachers, give your students about 3 minutes to do these. See you in 3. Okay, welcome back everybody. So for number 5 up here, 5 times the quantity 20 divided by 4 squared. What would that equal? It equal 25. Does anybody know how? Teachers, have somebody come to the board or just verbally explain that first we do what's inside parentheses, square it, and then multiply that times 5. So 20 divided by 4 would be 5 squared, and then 5 times, rather 5 times 25, 5 squared would be 25, so 5 times 25 would be 125. Same thing down here. 5 plus 2 would be 7 squared. So 8 squared minus 7 squared would be 15. Be 64 minus 49. And then down here, again, the parentheses has priority. So that's our first operation. 63 divided by 9 would be 7 squared divided by 7 minus 7. So it'd be 7 squared would be 49 divided by 7 will be 7. 7 minus 7 would equal 0. So for number 7, it would be 0. And then students, teachers, have somebody come up to your smartboard and do that. That'd be ideal. And that is 9.3 part 2. Animated PowerPoint math video at AOL.com. For questions or course materials, thank you very much.